Our next speaker will dive into what it means for Zalando to become the starting point for fashion and lifestyle in Europe. The platform currently has 28 million customers across 17 markets. He will explain how this has been made possible and how the company will continue to grow in the future. He is in charge of the strategy and daily business of the Southern European markets, Italy, France, and Spain. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Director, Southern Europe at Zalando, Riccardo Vola.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Sounds, mic is working well? I think so. Perfect. So I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Riccardo Vola. I'm from Zalando. And as I said, Director of Southern Europe and gift cards. So I'd like to start the session today telling a little story. I think we all know Zalando started an online shoe business. What not maybe all of you know is that the way it started with the two friends, David Gantz, Robert Gantz, and David Schneider, in a small apartment in Berlin. So we are talking 2008, Berlin, small apartment, the two guys together, they were doing everything. They were buying the shoes, they were putting them in a box, they were walking to the post office, they were shipping them. And that's also the way the customer service was managed. Actually, it was David, he has his mobile phone, and he was answering phones, and once in a while, it was a customer asking questions about the products and about the delivery. So that's the way it started. Today, almost 11 years later, we are almost 15,000 people, and still based in Berlin. That's where most of the people are. And what I want to talk today, I want to start sharing a few facts about Zalando today, and then talk about the vision, and talk about our long-term ambition, and how we want to go to get there. I will need a little button so that I can change the slides, and I think it's here. Perfect. So let's start with the video. I'm gonna share a few figures. So Zalando today, we are present in 17 countries, roughly a little bit more than 5 billion euro in revenue last year. We have a active base consumers of 28 million visits per month. We are talking around 300 million every single month. And what is really at the core of what we do is the assortment. We have an assortment of more than 400,000 products and 2,000 different brands. So that's where we are today. We'd be very proud to consider in 10, 11 years a big difference versus having two people in a small apartment in Berlin. But let's talk about the future. Let's focus on where we want to go next. Our vision is to become the starting point for fashion. So what is it, a starting point? A starting point for us is a destination. It's a destination where consumers are gravitating for shopping or for a service or for inspiration. And that's what we want to become one day. And if we look outside of the fashion industry, there are other brands that we believe are today already a starting point. For the many of us that have a Spotify app on their phone, and they have a Spotify account, probably Spotify is the starting point for music. Similarly, for the many of us that have a Netflix on our mobile phone, I would say Netflix is a starting point for whenever we want to see a movie or we want to see a series. So that's what we want to achieve with Zalando. We want to make sure we are there and the app, one click away, and we want to make sure we become the starting point for fashion. And today, we feel we are in a good starting point at the beginning of the journey. On one side, we know that the customer out there, they have very different needs in terms of fashion, in terms of assortment. And we see that when they buy, 45% of the orders, they contain more than one brand. And if we look at the lifetime over 1 year, on a 360 days period, on average, they buy 13 different brands. So assortment is really key. On a second point is the app. The app usage is increasing exponentially. Only 2 years ago, in 2016, now free, 22% of our orders were made via apps. Today, we are 44%. And in terms of traffic, we're already talking 80% of the traffic, the visit, it's happening through the apps. And what we see is that an app is giving us also a customer that is happier. So the customer that shop on our app are happier. They spend more, and they visit significantly much more. They visited 2 to 3 times more versus the customer that only is using the website. And third, in terms of visit today, we are the most visited fashion destination. So we think that's a good way to start our process for the long-term vision. If we jump in 5 years from now, 2023, 2024, our ambition in GMV is to achieve the 20 billion target. Before I share a number in revenue, we were talking about gross merchandising value, so it's the cumulative sum of everything we sell through our platform. Last year we were at 6.7. We estimate 8.2 for this fiscal year, 10 next year, and then double for 23-24. And what is key, very important to look, is in this graph here, the split and the vision that we have for the split for the 20 billion. You can see there is a wholesale and partner program. Wholesale is our traditional business where we buy products and we resell. Partner program is the business where actually our brands, our partners, they are leveraging our platform to sell directly to our consumer. That means that they own the stock, and it means that they control the pricing. And then somehow it goes shipped directly to the consumer. Today, in 2018, 10% of our business is via partner program. Our ambition for 2023-2024 is to significantly increase this percentage to a 40%. And what's behind this is really a key strategic focus from our side to focus on what we call the platform strategy. We started as a shop, so the business at the beginning was fully wholesale, and now the focus for the long term, and right now, is really on the platform strategy. We want to become an aggregator of the different players in the fashion industry. On one side, there is the customer with their needs, the brands with their needs, and then our side, Zalando, with our skills and our capacity to deliver and to put all these elements together. If I go more in detail across these 3 dimensions, from a customer point of view, what we know is that customers want assortment. Or in other way, each customer has different needs in terms of assortment, category, products. But when you start putting together 28 million customers, we need to have a very big assortment to satisfy all their needs. So assortment is fundamental for the growth. Choice and assortment for the future. And we started with shoes, we moved to textile, we have accessories, and now also beauty in some European markets. On the other side, there are brands. And for each brand today, it's fundamentally important to be able to win in the digital space. And different brands, they have different strategies. There are big brands with all the means, and they have a big omni-channel strategy, direct-to-consumer e-commerce, and they can do that. On the other side, there are smaller brands for which maybe it's more difficult to have the capacity and the technology and the means to create a platform first, the supply chain solution second, and further to bring the traffic to their destination. So we really believe That's why the brand, they can focus on what they do best, creating products, creating stories, and really appealing products for the consumer. Zalando can help being in the middle with this platform strategy by integrating the different players. The benefit from our side in creating this connection is that we can offer a bigger assortment. At the same time, it also helps us to manage the stock risk by making sure that playing with the brands and the partners, we can share the responsibility of the stock. So that's what we mean by platform strategy. And under this platform concept, we have different solutions for different needs. So different logos here are actually there to visualize the different solutions. So the Zalando one, what is it? Is what I said before. We have a wholesale business, traditional way, we buy and resell. Then we have the partner programs, where the partner owns the stock and either can ship directly to our customer or via ZFS, Zalando Fulfillment Solution. They actually can give their stock, their products, we can put it in our warehouse, and then we can take care of the order fulfillment, of the shipments, of the packaging, and also managing all the return. So that's actually one of the innovations we launched recently that we believe is going to be really at the core of our strategy for growth in the future. Then we have ZMS, Zalando Marketing Services. This is a way where brand can partner with us to achieve their communication objectives. We can offer a reach to more than 28 million customers. We are talking 1 billion visits in a year. So brands playing with us, partnering with us, can decide to either focus on some group of customers or some countries to push some product versus ours. And we can play on our platform, but we can also work with them to play, to engage with the consumer in social media, in an outside platform, to then bring traffic into Zalando. And then, last but not least, Zalando Lounge. We also offering a solution for when the product is at the end of its life. So after the sales periods, there is leftover, there is stock, and Zalando Lounge is the online platform where we can sell and help partners also to sell the leftover stock. On top of Zalando Lounge, we also have a physical solution that is Zalando Outlets, that we have a few in Germany. So I would like to say a few more words on ZFS, the Zalando Fulfillment Solution, that I really believe is the key at the core of our strategy for the future growth. Today, if a customer comes on our website, on average, they order multiple products. And as I said before, we have products that are shipped, managed, and owned by us, and some by partner. So that could be the case of a customer that orders 3-4 products, but they are coming from different partners. That would imply receiving at home different parcels, not only one for every single partner. So the Zalando Fulfillment Solution is solving this problem, making the life much easier for the customer. Given we would control the stock in our warehouse, we can put everything in the same box, ship only one box to the customer. And when the customer, in case want to do a return, we take care of everything. So from a customer point of view, the ZFS is enabling a much, much better consumer experience. And we see this and we measure this. On top, there is also a financial benefit, because less shipments, less boxes, less return is a financial benefit that we share, obviously, with the partner. So overall, the ZFS is something that has seen a big adoption in the past years. This is a case of one brand that in 2016 we used to sell with us 6,000 SKUs, 6,000 different products. And today, in 2018, thanks to the ZFX, moved up to 3 times as much, 18,000 SKUs. Another brand that I like to mention, with which we are partnering a lot, is Mango. Mango started selling using the platform strategy in 2017. At the beginning, it was only Germany, and they were actually shipping directly from their Spain warehouse. Then in 2018, business was growing. They decided to start shipping from other warehouses, and on top also to increase the distribution to more Zalando markets. At the end of 2018, it was also available in Spain, their home market. On top, during the 2018, we partnered with Mango. We created together a communication campaign. We created together a TV campaign. And they produced an exclusive collection for Zalando. So the combination of the two made the business grow even faster and faster. And now in 2019, there is an increase of offering, and they are joining into the boat of the Zalando Fulfillment Solution, because they really believe this is going to be also key for further growth in the future. And I think this is a good example of how a brand that has a very strong omni-channel strategy, a very strong direct-to-consumer e-commerce strategies, sees us as a player in these overall strategies. There is space for everyone in playing together, and by joining forces, we can achieve these exceptional results. So I talk a lot about the partner strategies. I also would like to talk about a couple of other key initiatives or strategic decisions we are implementing to achieve our long-term ambition to become the starting point of fashion. The first one is Zalando Plus. Zalando Plus is our membership program that at the moment is available in most of Germany. And Zalando Plus, we are asking consumers when they sign in, they pay a fee of 15 euro for the yearly period. And in exchange, they get faster delivery, they get better convenience proposition, they get easier return. In Germany, we go and can pick up the return at home. They can get more fashion advice, and other services will be added in the future. What we see is that we are at the beginning of this journey, but what we really see is that consumers, they are really rewarding us by giving us a bigger share of wallet, buying more from us, and with customer satisfaction. There is clearly an increase in the customer satisfaction in the relationship with us. So we believe that this is going to be a key strategy to improve the long-term value of our customer. And we are already piloting and testing in Switzerland. And the next country where Zalando Plus will be launched is going to be France. It's going to come in the next month. And then beginning later in 2020, we are going to come also to Italy. And last but not least, I'd like to say a few words about marketing and communication. At the very beginning of the journey, communication for Zalando was focused on creating top-of-mind awareness. And maybe some of you will remember we had the Scream campaign. The Scream campaign, it was when there was this, there was a postman coming home with lots of parcels. Then the customer was opening the door and screaming. And then the postman was screaming. And there is not too much to say in terms of storytelling here, but clearly it was very effective to achieve our objective at the time, creating top-of-mind awareness and making sure that people get to know Zalando. Then we moved in a phase 2 of communication. And we really wanted to focus on building credibility on our fashion competence. So we start communicating in a different way with different key stakeholders, important people from the fashion universe, like Karen. And that was really phase 2. And now we are moving in phase 3. We really believe that to win, to create this stronger connection with our customer, we need to add a bigger emotional layer to our communication and storytelling. So building emotional bond is now key and fundamental for us. And 3 weeks ago, we also launched the new brand positioning for Zalando. And then we also launched the new autumn-winter campaign. And the new brand positioning for Zalando is around the concept of free to be. Because at Zalando, what we believe in is that everybody, each one of us, every single person, should be just free to be themselves, whoever they are, whichever the gender, whichever the race, whichever the style, the cultural background, what they like, what they don't like. We really believe in this word of self-expression and freedom to be. So what I'd like to share now is the video of the campaign that is on air right now. It's on air right now in France and across all the European markets. This is our first step into bringing to the consumer the concept of free to be. So this is the autumn-winter campaign. Then there will be other campaigns in the future. And given now free to be is our new strategic brand platform, they will all be connected with this. So let me show you the video of the current campaign.
Vous n'êtes pas comme tout le monde. Montrez qui vous êtes. On vous trouve trop forte. Montrez-leur à quel point vous l'êtes. Vous n'êtes pas seulement bien. Vous êtes bien plus que ça. Soyez libre d'être vous. Trouvez votre style sur Zalando. Zalando. Free to be.
So free to be, as I said, is about making sure that each one can be free to be ourselves, independently of our gender, background, style. But free to be goes beyond that. We really believe it's something that we need to think from a customer journey point of view. As example, in France, we launched a while back a service, is try before and pay later. Essayez d'abord and payer après. And this is one of the most very powerful payment solution that we launched, and has been adopted by many consumers. And the reasons there is that each one of us has a different way to be. We like to maybe order lots of products and try at home and pay later, or maybe we like to behave in a different way. And the concept of free to be is about making sure we offer style and product for every style, but also that we really match the preference of every consumer in the way they like to shop and engage with us. Ultimately, it's about customer centricity. And we believe that this is the key element if we really want to achieve our long-term vision to become the starting point for fashion. So what we have seen today together is a few things that I'd like to summarize. This is our ambition. We were 2 people 11 years ago. The team, the company made big progress. But to get to this level, customer centricity will be even more fundamental than before. And the platform strategy is the business model that we choose and that we believe in, making sure that we create this ecosystem that can be a win-win, starting from the customer, their needs, the brands, the best that they can bring to us, all their knowledge, all their expertise, and then Zalando can be like the glue together in connecting these elements. And at the core of the partner strategy, what we have, the platform strategy, what do we have, is really the ZFS model, the Zalando Fulfillment Solution. And the reason why we believe so much into that, because it creates the smoothest possible experience for our customer. That's, maybe I'm repeating myself, but it's really at the core. If we start from the customer and what they want, and then we adapt ourselves. It's not our job to tell them how they should be, how they should behave. Our job is to understand them and enabling them to be themselves. Then this is the key for the long-term success. And before closing, I also would like to say, I don't know if here in the audience there is maybe anyone that is working for some brands that maybe is not working with Zalando, maybe yet. Please feel free to reach me at the end of the presentation or later on via email, or to reach anyone else at Zalando. If you believe there is, we would like to investigate if there is any opportunity to work together or collaborate together. We think that with our platform, we have this great mix of different propositions that can really find the solution for every single need. So thank you very much for your attention.